guys, welcome to Katie Industry. Today we're going to be talking about values in relationships. Why are they important and how are they going to help you in 2020? So what are values? Let's start at the beginning. Values are a persistent habit that we do every single day. What we value is what we would like to see in our world, so we are consistent with our values. We live our values as much as humanly possible because that's living in congruence, and we enjoy living in our values because we value them and we see them as important. So for example, if knowledge is one of my core values, and I really aspire to have a lot of knowledge. So learning is one of my top values. And even on my really busy days when I'm running around working, the way I still hit this need and the way I know it's a value of mine is that I listen to podcasts in traffic. So even on my busiest day when I literally have no time, I will find some time to do something to do with knowledge and learning. And that's how I know it's a value of mine. Working out your top 5 values, you start from what you're good at. Start at what you enjoy, what you love, and what you do consistently, what is present in your day-to-day on a regular basis. A lot of the time people tend to steer towards the positive when they're doing their values work, because we all love to assume that we have only and always positive values, but this isn't really the case. Sometimes you can have a value such as laziness or something that may be perceived as negative, but it's serving its own purpose for you. So maybe you're incredibly run down or tired all the time. So your value of laziness kind of is a bit of a protection mechanism for you. So how is this relevant to relationships? Essentially, you want to know what your top values are, what you want to live by, and what you would like to see in your everyday life continuously, because that way you can match up with a partner and see if your values align. A lot of the time we think we're only compatible with a partner if we have the same hobbies and interests as them. This isn't the case. If you have completely differing hobbies, that's fine as long as you have the similar value and the similar belief system underneath that. So if I was you, instead of asking, oh, are you interested in the same stuff as me when you're out on dates, I would be asking, what do you value? What kind of things do you pride yourself on? What do you find enjoyable? What gets you up in the morning? What's your purpose? Because you'll find a lot of value-laden judgments around that. You want these to match in terms of, say, a family value. So someone might be very family-orientated. They might see their family regularly, like aunts and uncles and that kind of thing, say weekly or even fortnightly. And there'd be an expectation that as their partner, you would maybe go along to all of those functions as well. And you would enjoy being around and surrounded by a giant family around you because this person does as well. And there'll be a lot of instances where they'll be attending family events. So this is one of those times where you would want the family values to align, because this is going to match up a lot easier than someone who, say, is that bit more independent and doesn't really see their family much, doesn't really get along well with them. It's going to feel like a little bit more of an intrusion to them when their partner is saying to them, we have to go here and we have to see so-and-so for their birthday and we have to go back over here and give them a present and this, that, and the other, when they haven't had that in their life and when they're not used to that. So that's going to be a bit of a learning curve, which doesn't necessarily mean, if they don't have that in common, that it's going to be the end of the world. But it may mean down the track that there might be an argument around this, or the other person just not getting why you're so into your family all the time, because they just don't value that highly. They might have it, I don't know, midway down their list and you have it right number 1 or 2, and that's going to make a difference as well. But you want these things to be aligning. You want to know what your deal breakers are, what you don't enjoy in relationships, and then that may be able to link back to a value if you flip it. So say if dishonesty and lying is a huge thing for you in relationships, you just can't stand it. Maybe that's because you have a value of honesty and you always uphold yourself to a value of honesty. So you have that expectation that other people will uphold themselves to the same standards, which doesn't always happen. So yeah, have a look at the worksheet below, work out what your values are, and I'd go into dates asking questions pertaining to those so you can suss out where the other person lies and if they have similar or not quite so similar values. And this is going to mean more relationship success in the future. If someone values kindness, they're going to be very kind to you and everyone around them. And so if you value kindness, this would probably be quite a turn on for you because you enjoy that and you like the idea of someone else also valuing a similar value as you. Let me know what your values are in the comments.